Hello everybody, this is going to be round 2 of our learning experience with Blue Moon. Based on our matches so far, I think we might want, maybe this forked bolt should just be another roast. I mean, we are running 3 electrolytes already. Definitely had some issues killing larger creatures in our last match. And maybe, you know, I think I kind of went with the split, just because, like, why not? But maybe, well, we'll see. We've only played one match, but I'm wondering if just in general the batter school might be better by default. Okay, so we won the die roll. Let's take the play. I would like to find another island before we slam this Blood Moon, but I'm certainly not going to say no to on the play mana leaks and remands. Perhaps it's the mirror. I'm hitting F2. Okay. Oh, I see what the problem is. Okay. And we'll get an island of our own and start our turn. Turn on Serum Visions. I mean, still could be lots of things. I see no reason why we just shouldn't hold up our disruption. I'll go ahead and Serum Visions here. Batter Skull, Cryptic Command. I think I'm going to keep all of this. Put the Batter Skull on top, and this island. Go ahead and pass. Obviously, the blue mares are something we're going to have to learn to play, but I don't feel as comfortable as I do in my normal clothes, I guess we'll say. I'm going to guess that this is like Blue Moon. Just island. So let's see here. We know there's a Batter Skull on top. I don't think we're going to do this yet. Because he's on 3 lands and we're potentially, like, if we already had the Batter Skull in our hand and we know that we're going to play a 5th, I would almost be tempted to just Cryptic bounce a land to see if he sort of tried to fight over that and cleared a way for us to resolve a Batter Skull. But I'm not going to do that. I would like to hit another land drop though, so I am going to try and electrolyze our opponent, draw the Batter Skull, and then maybe draw a land. If we don't, we might have to discard here. Okay, well that works out. Alright, so we're certainly playing Blue Moon. I'm not even going to try to mess with getting it into play. I think it just pass. I mean, I am personally okay with our opponent discarding things. Don't want will. I will keep this, and we'll discard a Blood Moon. Let's see. I guess we can discard Monolith. It's getting kind of, well, I think that's fine. I mean, it's getting more dead the more time that goes by. I'll electrolyze again. Mana Leak, my electrolyze. Well, I'm gonna remand my own electrolyze. So this is kind of interesting because we can't quite go I feel like we have to pass because we could try to resolve a Pia and Kieran Nalar here. But I think that means that our opponent could, like, we go Pia and Kieran, and he like remands it, and then we remand his remanded. Now we're tapped out, and he has the potential to resolve a Batterskull, which is obviously big game. So I don't think we want to do that at the moment. I'll just kind of content to keep playing lands for the moment. I don't necessarily like how the last exchange ended up. All right, so I am going to Mana Leak his Spreading Seas. Doesn't care. Now, let's see. Do we try and go for Snap Electrolyze? I kind of want to, because I really want him to... If we Snap Electrolyze, and he Snapcaster Mage spell snares our Snapcaster Mage, like... I think it's fine, actually. I wanna try to do something here. Okay. We knew that might happen. Now, that's great. So, I guess we can just attack and see if he wants to fire a bolt off. Alright, so we're going to resolve a Batterskull here. So I'll prompt a response from our opponent. I could remand his remand. Then we draw a card and he doesn't. I think that's okay. Because the spell snare is more mana efficient anyway, and this spell snare basically gets to answer his remand at a later date. So if he like taps out to go for a Batter Skull, he'll have one land up. At that point, I think we may just equip it to Snapcaster Mage so that we don't trade Germ tokens. At that point, we could also even resolve a... Actually... Okay, yeah, so obviously I kind of read him on that correctly. What I'm actually considering doing, if he has a Dispel, it's not great. I don't, the Pro Tour list didn't have Dispel in the main, but one of the things I'm thinking about doing is like Cryptic Bouncing the Batter Skull. Then if he had 1, 2, 3... The other option is, I mean, we do just, let's see, if I attack, we trade, I can equip it to a Snapcaster Mage. 2, 3, 4, 5. It depends what he is on. If he has a Bolt, okay, so if he has a Lightning Bolt, then that's just like too much of a blowout, I think. Actually, I think we just attack and play P-Ring Kieran. For sure. So I think we attack with both, and then if he just wants to block Snapcaster Mage, we could electrolyze the Germ. I don't really like electrolyzing the Germ. I think we just attack with Batter Skull. Did attack, right? Yeah, okay, he's being attacked. But then see, we're going to go ahead and resolve this. So he did indeed have a Lightning Bolt. So I'm glad we didn't let ourselves get blown out by that line. But now we don't have to pick up our Batter Skull. And he also has a Pia and Kieran. Well, ours is going to be quite a bit larger. Man, I really wish I was able to keep up a mountain, because what I would love to do is attempt to electrolyze here. Let's see what we draw. That could be useful. It's because we have 5 islands here, so we go to equip. He just has blue up. If we can't equip. is it? I think the best thing to put it on, I think we just go ahead and equip the Batter Skull too. Let's see. We didn't, because So I think what we actually do is I think we equip it to a Thopter, and then we just attack. Let's see, we attack with just the Batter Skull, I think. And we're going to attempt to electrolyze whatever he tries to put the Batter Skull on. And then if he has like a Dispel, we can still essentially, like hopefully put on a Thopter and we could just bounce. Like if he tries to put on a Thopter, we can just bounce whatever he puts it on. So that gives him a little bit more mana there than he... Because the nice thing was he only had 6, so he was only leaving 1 up. Okay, so he's going for a Thopter, so I think here we try and electrolyze the Thopter tokens. And I mean, there's a chance it may not resolve, but what are you going to do? I still think this is the right thing to do. Alright, so let's see. I kind of think we just bounce this Thopter. I'm really curious what he's willing to trade off here. I definitely want to get in for 5. The other option is we could bounce a Thopter, tap his team, and get in for 5, 6, 7, 8. Be able to re-equip. See, if we bounce the Batter Skull, then we can electrolyze both Thopters, but he still has a Pia and Kieran. Is there a better way? Man, this is so difficult. Maybe if we just attack here and he blocks, then we trade these again. Then we can, let's see, if we attack with everything and he does, we wouldn't want to attack with a Thopter. We trade, we electrolyze the other Thopter and equip Batter Skull to this Thopter. He has more cards than us. We can also electrolyze Pia and Kieran. I do think we want to kill Pia and Kieran, though. Alright, I think I made a decision. So, well, I don't know if spending a card to do this. So we bounce this Thopter, tap his creatures, attack for a ton, electrolyze Pia and Kieran. Then he has a Thopter. Or I guess we just bounce. I guess we can just bounce, draw, and attack. We can bounce, draw. He can chump with this Thopter if he wishes. At which point he might want to, and then we can electrolyze the Pia. I like that. So we're going to bounce this Thopter. Make sure I did that right. Oh, God, this deck eats up so much time. Our opponent has tons more time than we do. Okay. So now he has to think, does he really want to take 5 to the face? I'm going to guess he doesn't want to, but we'll see. I want him to block because I want to basically clear his board. Not willing to, but I'm still going to go ahead and kill this because I don't want his batter skull to be bigger than our batter skull. Okay. So we have 7-8. We have 2 islands that we can get here. I will block because we have more creatures than he does. And I think, let's see, do we go... Electrolyze would be kind of gross, but we don't have... There's nothing we can really do about it anyway, so I'm just going to go where the most damage is and try to go Snapcaster Mage. Spell Snare that guy. And then attack with both. Play another Snapcaster Mage. I have one more Spell Snare. Crypt Command is not a bad draw. Well, he's just dead to this, so I don't know that it matters. what you got? Cryptic, Bounce, Batterskull. Yeah, I think we have to counter draw. And then so we have an answer for Snapcaster Mage, remands, that kind of thing. Vapor Snag, Snapcaster Mage. Sure. There's nothing we can do about it. But let's see. Our opponent has one card. So do we go for the Bolt, Snap, Bolt? Yeah, I think we do, because he didn't seem to have an answer to. He doesn't seem to have an answer to the whole counterspell fight we just got into. Alright, so we won that game, but obviously... So I think we went this. We also went the Dispels. I don't think we went any Blood Moons. Probably went Vendilion Click. I'm not going to worry about Spreading Seas. Spellskite is interesting. I don't know if we need it. I don't know about Roast. Roast does kill. A Batterskull if need be. I think we might want these negates. An instant speed Wrath that kills all of his creatures except for... I don't know how important that is, but I mean, I think Pira and Kieran Nalaar is fine. Now, I don't... Cryptic, it might be wrong to cut Cryptic. The reason I'm cutting it, these actually don't seem as good. I don't really want that. I'll probably trim a Roast. What do I want a Spellskite for? I guess Spellskite... I mean, it can make dealing with like creatures when you're trying to equip things to a Batterskull awkward, and it can wear a Batterskull. So I don't know if that's, I don't know how good it really is, but we'll see. I like the Electrolysis just because it gives you something to do and cantrip and try to hit your land drops. I do think that I don't think we want Roast. I don't like Cryptics when they're going to be bringing in Dispels. I just don't like them, but I don't... Oh, yeah, we can bring in Vandal Blast. Alright, I think this is good. We'll give this a shot. Alright, obviously we're going to have to try to play really fast because we wasted a bunch of time, but obviously there's a lot of complicated lines, especially when you're playing another blue deck. I mean, there's just a lot of... It's a control deck. There's lots of complicated things in general, like lines. This is not a keep, obviously. So mulligan, try to play a little faster here. Yep, we'll keep this. We'll keep Snapcaster Mage on top. Seems good. So we'll get this and go for the turn 1 Serum Visions. I'm going to keep all of these. I want to draw the Sulfur Falls next. I'm going to try to hit as many land drops as possible. Just in case he kept in Blood Moons, I will play this in case we need to like go for an island. But the plan is to hit land drops. Guess I could have played a Scalding Tarn. Okay, so I want to start getting lands into play. Actually, no. I guess I don't. I guess I just want to keep drawing. I guess I just want to keep hitting land drops. I don't know why I suddenly started switching gears. So we're going to also be firing a bolt off here. Let's see. Yeah, I think we just spell snare a Snapcaster Mage. I don't see, like, this lets us just trade 1-for-1 with one of his better spells. So kind of like throws a... Okay, so this is good. Kind of, I was going to say just sort of like, it's not very surprising, but we're not really using the spell snap for something amazing, but trading with the Snapcaster Mage seems good enough. I like to draw a land. Okay, so, The thing is, I don't want to just throw a Snapcaster Mage for no reason. Like, great. What I really want to do is, if I'm going to... the idea is to fight at the end of his turn so that we can get in a fight and tap out for a game-winning spell. At least, that's the idea. I was almost tempted when he fetched there to do something. I was almost thinking about Snapcaster Mage electrolyzing it. All right, so if we go, let's see, if we go snap, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We don't have too much time to think. Sure. I mean, I guess we just go for the bolt. Actually, we have plenty of cards in our hand. Dispel our bolt. I will negate that. I will spell snare that. I will mana leak that. Remanding his Snapcaster Mage. So I could Snapcaster Mage Spell Snare. Which I think is okay. I'd really just like to Snapcaster Mage, Electrolyze him. Then our Snapcaster Mages are legal. So what I could do is, now that he's tapped out, is I could go, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2. No, I don't have enough mana to do all that. I think I'm just going to leak his Remand. Stack resolves. He goes to 4. And so, like, if he tries to resolve a Battle Skull, we have Vandal Blast, and we can also potentially, like, if he has a counter for it, then we can. He's gonna, if he was gonna do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has to tap pretty low. So I think we'd be fine to Vandal Blast. If he has a counter, then we'll just remand our own Vandal Blast. If he's gonna try to go for a Battle Skull. I feel like we can beat a Karanos. I think we just go for Snapcaster Mage right here. So I think we just remand this. And if he really bounces our Snapcaster Mage, then we just Electrolyze him. I'd love to resolve the Battle Skull, but there's not a big point. Okay, well that managed to work out, even though we sort of took forever game 1. Man, I think these blue matches are fun. They're kind of like edge of your seat, and they're kind of hectic, but they're a good time. They're different than my usual blue mirrors, because normally when I play blue mirrors, I'm playing Geist Saint Trapped, and I kind of feel like a lot of times in many blue-based matches, he's kind of a trump card. And it's so much easier to resolve a 3-mana sorcery speed spell than it is like a Battle Skull. So it's very easy to get on the fights at the end of their turn with things like Vendilion Click, and they're like, well, if they counter Vendilion Click, then he's going to resolve a Geist. So then if they let it resolve, then sometimes you can, you're like, well, maybe they have a counter spell, but they also have only 1 removal spell, so you can take that and start beating him down with Click. And I don't know, it's interesting, lots of interactions. So let's just look at the deck really quick. I think our list was fine there. This didn't do anything, but like he was also missing land drops and discarding for a while. Like if he had, the nice I kind of think what's in some way what's nice about it is you can let them resolve the Pia and then maybe just, and especially if they also add like a Snapcaster Mage on the board or something, just kill them all. It's kind of cool. Maybe it's not good enough, but it seemed reasonable. I mean, basically every creature besides a Germ token is going to be pretty tiny. And being able to instant speed kill all of them, it's kind of cool. So anyway, I don't yet have much more to say about the deck. Just based on our Eldrazi matchup, I feel like we might just need more roast effects. Maybe this needs to be a roast, or maybe roast needs to be somewhere in here. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and just as a reminder, and I will put a link in the description of this video if you haven't seen it already. The Jeskai Power Mentor videos have been uploaded. I'm making them a Spike Feed exclusive, so you can only watch them there. But it's a cool little deck, and I think you guys will enjoy the videos. So head on over there and check that out. Draw well, smash face.